ready to go.
We
You
are
ready for this?
ready.
I don't remember how many, well, we're 14 weeks in, right?
Yeah, at
I
least
mean,
because
14
I'm still,
chapters,
aren't
14
we on,
weeks.
we're on 15,
Or
right?
15 chapters,
I
15
was like, wait,
weeks.
am I ahead?
No, we're
Oh
good.
my gosh.
So,
Did we know when we got these in December that we were going to have so much fun with them?
no, I honestly didn't know that I was going to learn so much from this.
No, it's so
Like, I
good.
had no idea, like, how in depth this would really make me think about so many things. And I feel, okay, you know how psychics, like, I don't believe in the whole thing, but there psychics will tell you something and then that kind of happens. You,
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like that whole process of if you talk about something and think about something, you're bringing it closer into your life kind of thing.
right.
I feel like every single time I read a chapter of this, it's like what's going on in my life.
I find that too with the Bible or going to
Isn't it
church. The
isn't it
message is
crazy?
yes.
It's just wild. And it's just like you can kind of conform whatever you read into your own version of what's
Mhm.
happening. Very similar, you know what I mean? To what's going on in your life. And so every single time I open one of these chapters, although me and you may get very different things from it,
Yes.
it feels very today, like what is going on in my life today, or what I've just been through, or what I'm headed towards, which I'm
Agreed.
really, really loving the deep thought that this is bringing for us.
That's good. And this
So,
is not a book that you just pick up and read from front to back. This is a book where
no,
you read a chapter and you chew on it for a few days. And I've reread this chapter. I know it's only 2 pages, but I've read it 3 times.
yeah.
There's just, you got to process it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that because I was an avid book reader, like as a youngster. I see my son now as an avid book reader, and he is
Yes.
just, he flows through books like crazy. So I gave him a book the other day,
Yeah.
well, like a week ago, right? And I said, Brock, I want you to read this book. And it's really interesting. It's a Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Have you ever read that?
Oh, I have not.
Okay, well, I have, and I know exactly what it's about. And it's been a decade since I read it, but I still
Okay.
remember the gist of it. And I'm like, you know what? It's all about really finding like the real understanding of money and how our money is meant to work for us. It's not really like you're working your whole life to fill a bank account
Mm-hmm.
because what's the point in that, right? To see a pile of
Right.
money.
Right.
And it very, very good book. Very good book for a young person, especially like him. So I've been trying to get him to read it forever. Mom, I'm not going to read this. Mom, this looks dumb. Mom. Well, now he's sending me pages that he's got
Really?
circled. And he's like, Mom, I feel like this book is about me. And I said, that is why I wanted you to read it.
That's so
I'm,
good.
yeah, I'm so, and that's how
That's
I'm
so
feeling with
good.
this.
Yes. Wouldn't you consider that book would be like a self-help category, right?
Yeah, it's a guy talking about a story and there's
Mhm.
teachings in it. And that's the best way to teach is with a
Yes, good
story.
stories.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's a really good story. And then it talks about the real meaning of money and what you need to do to be financially responsible and how you need to look at and think about money.
That's
It's
so
just very,
good.
very, it's really good.
Can you
It's really good for a
imagine?
young person.
13?
15.
Oh, 15. So can you imagine someone giving you that book at 15 to read? And
I
no,
wouldn't have read it.
I mean, I haven't read it to date.
I mean,
So
it took me a month to get him to get past page 4. He was like, "Mom, this is look." I go, "Skip the introduction. The introduction is just, you know what I mean? People put the introductions in their books, and they're the most
right.
ridiculous offhand things."
So
I'm like,
long.
"This is
Yes.
just a person saying, oh, I love my aunt who inspired
Right.
me to write this
It's
book. Skip
just
that chapter.
get
I never
on to
read
it.
that anyway. Shh,
Yes.
don't tell any of the authors. Never read your introductory page. Skip right into the meat and potatoes of it and the good stuff, which we're today going right into 15.
15.
So offhand, as soon as you read this, what did you think of it?
Oh gosh. Well, I thought that,
Because
you
the
know,
chat, well, let's
she's
first of
younger.
all say the name of the chapter is
Is
Read This If You Don't Know What You're Doing with Your Life.
right. And I thought, do we ever really know what we're doing with our life?
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
you may be doing something you thought you wanted to do, and you're like, No, maybe not. And I've
Right?
done, back in the day, let's say my parents' generation, so they're 80 and 83, you would get a job and you would stay with that company until you retired.
Yeah.
Now, life is not like that. Now I think back to all the different things I've done and all those little different companies and different jobs have all made me who I am today. I can't imagine being at the same company for, 40, 30, 40 years. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so anyway,
I
once you think you know what you want, then something might change and you might change what you
just
like.
realized I
this
was
this one
just
paragraph says, um, do you know why you're not the person you once thought you'd be? It's because you don't want those
there we go.
things anymore. If you did, you'd have them and be them. So, I can think back to when I graduated high school and what I wanted to do. That's not what I ever did,
Yeah.
ever. So, what about you? You knew you were going to be a pharmacist your whole life?
Well, that's just it. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to be a doctor my whole life. As a kid, I was reading like I asked for a medical encyclopedia as a
Wow.
kid, and I read it and I just
Oh,
in my brain as a little person, I was going to be like this neurosurgeon and this world-renowned doctor and all of this stuff, and I had this ego that I was going to do it all. I was going to do
mhm.
all the things. And then I went to a high school job fair,
Oh,
and one of my friends' moms was a pharmacist. And the job fair was doctors, pharmacists, and nurses, the healthcare
mm,
triad. Like,
yeah,
come talk about these healthcare professionals. And there was a doctor and a nurse and a pharmacist all sitting there talking about their professions. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a pharmacist.
that's cool.
Because the doctor was sitting there going, well, I'm on call and I work 60 hours a week and I haven't seen my family in 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh, cool. Sign me up for that.
Right, not.
No,
Okay,
what? And
no
then
way.
Cheryl, I remember her name, Cheryl, the pharmacist, was sitting here going, okay, well, the best thing about being a pharmacist is the time flexibility. And if you want to be a mom, you only want to work 3 days a week, only work 3 days a week.
That's
If you
perfect.
want to work 12
Yes.
hours or you want to work 4 hour shifts, you do whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, wait, well, sign me up for that.
Yes, that sounds good.
Right?
Yes.
Craziness. And then now I look at it and I'm like, okay, every dream I had set forth, I had all these plans and I was going to be exactly that. And I got to exactly that. And I don't want any of it. Isn't
And
it just wild?
yes. And it's important that the parts of your life that, oh, my oven is ready for bread. I am going to bake 8 loaves of sourdough after our podcast today while
Eight
I'm fasting.
loaves
While I'm fasting.
while you're fasting.
It doesn't bother
I love the
me.
way you say that. I love the way you say it. Like you're just like, no problem. No problem.
It's really not. It doesn't bother me. So, anyway, what was I saying before I interrupted myself?
I love it. So we're talking about the changes that we
Yeah.
made over time with what we wanted and what we thought that we were going to be. Like, did you ever think you'd be baking sourdough and starting
No,
podcasts and
no,
like,
I
I mean,
never. I wanted to be a secretary. That was
mhm.
my goal. And I did go to college and got an associate's degree in, it's called an executive secretarial degree, an
Oh
associate's
wow.
degree. And, that those skills that I learned during those 2 years, not the shorthand, because I don't take shorthand anymore, but everything else just fits with my personality so well because it's very organized, strategic,
Hmm.
um, and I love it. It has
I feel
helped
like
me
I need that
everything.
as a class right now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Life is getting so busy with technology that I feel like some days I'm just spinning and like, what is happening? Why is this app not working? Yesterday, I couldn't get into my Wisconsin Department of Revenue account because my password wouldn't work. Who knows why?
Yeah.
It's different things. So, anyway, but I think the skills that I learned with with my
Hmm.
college degree, have helped in everything I've done.
Oh, yeah, me
Um,
too,
you know,
obviously, right?
right,
Like, I've
right.
learned a ton along the way, but I
Yes.
also realized what medicine really is
Yeah.
today in America. And I honestly thought going to school, I honestly thought sitting there, like the med students and the pharmacy students are sitting in the same room, and I felt so empowered and like, we're gonna change the world and we're gonna
Yeah.
save all these people. And what a crock of
When did you
garbage.
realize? When did you realize? Where was there a pivotal time or moment or something that happened that you said, "Wow, this is not what I thought it was, or not want to be"?
You know, probably, I mean, honestly, it was pretty early on in retail that I realized that the mission of the pharmacy is to get people through the pharmacy as quickly as humanly possible. That we were basically McDonald's, and
Right.
that you wanted to do as much as you could in a short amount of time. And everything was very controlled and very unhuman and very no empathy and and I bucked the system right from the beginning.
Mhm.
I ended up in management and constantly getting in trouble for, Jen, you got to push people through faster, and you can't be sitting there chit-chatting you
In
know what I
fact,
mean?
like
And
you
I'm just
care about
like,
these people? How dare
yeah, I'm
you?
like, none of that's going to happen. So you can just get over it and just keep
Right,
writing me up for this, that, and the other. And I
right.
really don't care. Like, it was just crazy. And then as it evolved, as pharmacy evolved and pharmacy changed, it got to the point where they were like, um, you have to make sure that a certain percentage of your patients have specific vaccines and this and that. And I'm like, I'm not going to force 60, 70, and 80-year-old people to get vaccinations they don't want because you need to make a budget. And
Right.
that was what they wanted us to do. Like,
Gosh.
you can talk them into it. Are you joking right now? That's what you're going to ask me to do? No, absolutely not. It's insane. It was just insanity. And then about 10 years into working in the pharmacy, I started realizing the evolution of my patients.
You started seeing them through the years.
Yeah. I
Yes.
realized that I'd been with these people for 10 years, and they're getting thicker and sicker and
Mhm.
more depressed and more frustrated. And the sweet little old lady that used to be the sweet little old lady is now depressed and angry and frustrated. And why? I don't know. I'm giving her the same medication I've been giving her for 10 years for
Well,
depression and
there's so many
anxiety and
side
pain.
effects to
And
everything too,
right. And
you
then I
know?
started realizing, yeah, she's been on the same pain medication. The doses keep going up of her pain medication. She's literally maxed out on her pain medication now and
Gosh.
still in pain. And the meds only work so long. They're
Right,
band-aids. And
right.
so her pain keeps getting worse, but there's nowhere to go with the pain medication. Her depression's getting worse, but she's maxed out on the depression medication. So they're
Mhm.
adding another one and adding another. Oh, now I'm getting thumbs up. I don't know how I'm doing that. So
If you
mm,
do this,
I guess. And so you start looking at it, and it's like a
it's
light
so
bulb.
upsetting. I bet you went through a period where you're like, "What am I doing, and how do
Oh,
I?"
I felt morally sick.
Mhm. I bet.
I felt sick to my stomach about what I do for a job.
Mhm.
Like, just sick.
That's yeah.
Yeah. And
That
then it ended up leading to a divorce, to be honest,
wow.
because I got to the point where I came home and I told my husband at the time that I can't do it anymore.
Mhm.
That I literally feel sick. Like,
Say, buck up and do it anyway?
yeah,
Yeah.
like, get over it. This is what you went to school for. This is your job. Like, this is what you do. And I wanted to radically change what I was doing and completely get out of pharmacy altogether. And it was a huge battle.
Mhm.
Now
Well,
that's a
and
definite change.
finding these supplements and protocol that we follow now had to have
Yeah.
been like a breath of fresh air for you, because I know it made a huge difference, first of all, in your health, but
Hmm.
also in your life. You've got purpose in helping other people like me. You
Right.
helped me. And if I would say, if I could help one person, that would make it all worth it. And you've helped me
Yeah.
and many, many more people. And now I'm helping people. And it feels so good. It's so rewarding to make a difference in someone's life.
Oh my gosh. So, as a pharmacist for over 20 years, I can name maybe a handful, probably less than a dozen people that I feel like I've genuinely impacted their life and like helped them in a radical way. And usually it's something like I got them off a med that was literally killing them, which
Right.
is scary, and got them on something much safer.
Mhm.
But they were extremely grateful. Like I felt like I
Mhm.
had a real connection with someone and really helped them in an amazing way. Versus us talking about tea and fiber and such simple things.
Right.
I've had over 100 people personally reach out to me in tears about
Yes.
how I've
The
helped them.
difference. Yes.
And that's just me, not to mention like, okay, so I
It's
helped
me.
you and you've
Mhm.
helped other people
Yes.
and it just keep that butterfly effect is just
Yeah. That's
it's
amazing.
people don't get it when I'm like this is so much more rewarding than being a pharmacist. Like you have no idea.
I can
Th-
imagine.
I mean, I literally the when I was a pharmacy manager, I used to say people would ask what I did for a living, and I said, bag 'em and tag 'em. That's what
Oh,
I do. That's what I do. I wouldn't even tell
yes.
people. I said I work at Walmart and I bag them and tag them. And they said, "What?" And my husband would always be completely embarrassed. He's like, "Why don't you tell people you're a pharmacist?" I said, "Because that's what I really am. I'm someone who throws things in a bag. I throw a tag on it and I chuck it at someone. That's my job." And it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Wow.
And you start reading this chapter and you're like, the uncertainty for me, like even as it started out as a young adult, the biggest stressor in your life is that uncertainty when people are like, well, what do you want to
Yes.
be when you grow up? What do you
Right.
want to be?
It starts so young. How do we
Yeah,
how do we know at 15 what we want to be when we grow up? What we want to be or who we want to be. I think I'd
yeah,
rather focus with my grandkids on who do you want to be when you grow up? What kind of person, what kind of citizen do you want
yeah.
to be? And then how do you want to share your talents, in life with others by being my like Madeline, she already is saying she wants to be a doctor.
Hmm.
So,
We'll see
just
where it goes.
I know.
I
Exactly.
we'll see
Exactly.
where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Yeah. And I honestly didn't even have that uncertainty. I had a
You
certainty.
knew.
And so for
Right.
me it was like so I love this chapter so much because for me, as my kids graduated high school, my two girls are graduated, and I was like, they're so uncertain on what they want to do. And for me, I was just like, I so knew what I wanted to do. And then look where
Mhm.
it ended up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
you're
got me
rare.
down the
I don't think
path. It got
I
me
don't
down the path I needed to be. It got me down
right.
the path I needed to
Right.
be. And that's what life is about.
Right.
Um, but it just gave me more warmth for that uncertainty, more empathy for
Mhm.
that uncertainty that so many people have and better understanding of yeah,
Mhm.
that's normal.
Yes, it really is. And out of this chapter, I really highlighted the last paragraph. Is every day asking yourself, what do I want? And that can change every day. It can
Oh,
change. The things
exactly.
that run true will weave through your life. The ones that pop back up again and again are the ones you'll follow. They'll become the places you remain, the people you're drawn to, and the choices you make. The core truths will win out, even if other truths are lodged beside them. So listening to it is saying, what do I want now?
Yeah, yeah.
And you can change. You don't have to, all through your life, you're figuring out who do I want to
Would you
be when you grow
see
up?
Do you
Yeah.
see on social media all the time all
Yes.
these maybe it's just me because I'm into the women's empowerment and entrepreneurship and boss mom stuff. That's my algorithm right now, girl. That's what's
Uh-huh.
happening and I love it. I'm like bring it in, bring it in,
Bring
bring
it
it in. I love it.
on.
I love it.
Yes.
But in that algorithm, it's always like, did you know that most women change their jobs in their 40s and 50s? They don't even hit their peak for like their creativity and
Mhm.
performance in the job market until those years of life. Like they're
Mhm.
just now waking up and deciding what they want to be and getting after it.
Mhm.
Like, how crazy is that to think about?
You got to be free to try things because just because you try something doesn't mean you're stuck with that for the rest of your life.
Oh, no.
You can change whenever you want.
Oh, it's wild. And then you see people's stories all the time, people going to college in their 50s and taking on a whole new profession.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love it. I love it. I remember when I was in pharmacy school, there being, certain people like that were like 50 years old and just starting pharmacy school. And I was just like, my brain, it was like, what in the world are you doing? Like you're taking on 7 years of college at the age of 50.
Ah,
Like that's
yes,
wild to me.
yes.
And now I'm like, well, I wonder what they were before, you know,
Right,
that
right.
they just evolved. Oh, I
Oh,
love it. I love it. But my favorite part of this that I highlighted
yeah.
is the line, three paragraphs up from the end. Hunger is important. Complete fulfillment is the fast track to complacency.
Mm,
People don't thrive when they're fulfilled, they stagnate. And I think about this. Okay, first of all, as a pharmacist, that's exactly what I did. I got the degree that I wanted. I hit my goal. I did that. And I sat there and was just so unhappy.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And I think half of it is because this was this lifelong goal that I had always wanted. And I put it
mm-hmm.
on a pedestal like I was going to feel amazing when I reach this. And once you reach it, you need to go for the next goal. You need to go for the next thing. You need to be
Exactly.
clamoring for your next certification, for your next thing you're going to learn about, for the next book you're going to read, for, it's not always a degree or a job change, but the next self healing chapter in your life, the next thing you're going to learn. And if you're not clamoring for that next thing, you're stagnant. You're
Mm-hmm.
stalled. You're
Right.
going nowhere. And then I relate that back. Think about that when we see, like on social media and on television, even the rich and famous, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They achieve this certain level of famous or money or whatever so that they don't really need to work and they don't need to really push themselves anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens to them? They end up in jail. They're
Yeah.
on drugs.
Drugs.
They're they're bored and they
Mm-hmm.
don't know what to do with themselves. They're severely depressed. Those are the people we see shaving their heads and laying in bed for 6 days. And you're like, what
Right.
in the world can there be?
What's going on?
What is going on in your life? Like, why are these things happening to you? Like, you just became a billionaire and now you've fallen like off the planet. Like, what happened to you? It's that you reach that goal and you get to that stagnant place
Right.
where you're just like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yes. Well, and that even goes into other things. Like, for example, my niece is getting married in August, and my sister is full on, wedding planning mode. And I said to her,
Yeah.
what are you going to do after the wedding?
Well,
Because,
yeah.
you
When
know,
it's enveloped your
yes,
entire life for probably over a year,
yes,
all you've
she
been
won't
thinking
know
about, all
what
you've
to
been
do.
planning, you don't go into a
Hmm.
single store without being like, oh, this is a great idea, or oh, we could add this, or yeah.
Right.
And once that's
Yeah.
over,
Yeah. It's happened. Now, how long have you been a diabetic educator?
I've been doing that for like the last 3 years.
Okay.
Or
I was
actually, it's been four now because it's been a little bit longer than what I've been doing Unity. So it'd been four now.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I
That's
picked up my first serious certification this year, which was
ooh,
great. And technically, if you submit all the hours that you have one-on-one with patients, you can be certified, but there's
okay.
really no pay change in it. There's no, I
Okay.
mean, other than me getting another piece of paper on the wall, it
Mhm.
doesn't do anything to be certified.
Mhm.
And the certification for diabetic education right now is with the old gold standard, which is not where we want to be anyway, right? Eating carbs throughout the day
Right.
and make sure you have your 100 to 150 grams of carbs evenly spaced throughout the day. And, carnivore's evil and keto's evil and
Right.
fasting. Oh my
Passing.
gosh.
Right.
There's no way we would include anything that would actually heal the body or,
Right.
right.
I was listening to a
Sadly.
Mel Robbins podcast yesterday with a doctor on it, and he was talking about fasting and that you shouldn't go past 12 hours. And I said, "Oh my goodness." Not that you shouldn't, but he recommended only 12 hours. And I thought, okay,
Here's
now,
the thing though, Tanya. Here's the thing. Let's think about how many people can't go 12 hours.
right.
And I'm going to be honest, before I went down this rabbit hole in this adventure, I didn't.
You
I
didn't?
didn't.
Because you
No.
eat till late at night and then get up and
Yes.
first
So
thing.
we would
Yes.
eat dinner 7 to 8 o'clock. We
Right.
would often have popcorn, ice cream, little snack before bed, and sometimes that's 9 or 10.
Right.
7 a.m. I was putting a bagel in the toaster.
Yes.
I
Exactly.
wasn't going 12 hours.
And now we're like, it's 5 o'clock. Tick tock. Let's eat. Let's eat.
Right?
Let's get this meal in and done so our fast can begin.
But it's almost like think about it though before the feel great system and before we dove into all this. How many times you would eat a meal just because you were like, okay, I have all these things to do today. I'm busy. I'm gonna try to shovel this in. I mean,
Yes.
we did it like it was part of our job. Like it
Yes.
was in our regimen, like we had to shove it in there
Mhm.
and get it done because it was
Yeah.
healthy
Right.
to always be eating, basically.
Yes.
And all the things that we've learned on how that's literally the exact opposite of what we want to be doing.
How we would eat, let's just say we would eat a meal just because it's meal time. Even if our
Yeah.
bodies we're not hungry. We've learned so much about listening to our own body. And
Listening to the hunger cues.
yep,
Yeah.
the metabolic flexibility, which allows us to do longer fasts like we're doing now, a 72-hour fast. Your salad
How are you
last
feeling? You ready? Oh
I'm
my
feeling
gosh,
great.
I had my big beautiful I was like, okay, this is the last meal. I kept just I was like, tonight's the last meal. Mike's like, it's not the last meal for me. I ain't doing any
Not
of
for
this. And I'm
him.
like, no. And I'm like, that's fine. You'll be eating the garage. But
Right.
the last meal for me made this big, old, huge salad. And it was hysterical because I make his and I make mine, and we're sitting down. And Mike's like, this salad is amazing. And I'm like, listen to us. Listen to us.
Right. And it used to be, oh,
How much
pizza
we've
is so
changed.
good. Yes.
Yeah. How much we've changed. We're sitting here oohing and ahhing and like savory biting a salad. Like it's just like the most amazing thing we've had in weeks.
Right.
And the truth is it really tastes that good. It's
It does.
crazy.
It does. Your body craves it. And I'm working on this week
It's crazy.
is eating slower
Yes.
because I don't know why I eat very fast. I just, to me, it's a task. Let's eat and let's get on with
Get it
things.
done.
And I'm trying to, put my fork down in between each bite. And last night at dinner, I put my fork down and Randy goes, "Are you done? What's going on?" He's like, "What is happening?" I said, "I'm just trying to just, eat
You're
slower,
like,
not be the first one done,
oh my
So
gosh,
I'm
I
aware of it.
love
And
it.
awareness is the first step to change, right?
Well, heck yeah, our
So,
diabetic remission classes that we've been doing together.
yes.
Look at all the realizations that we have come to. Okay, so we had someone, so okay, for yourself, um, we talked about dairy and all these things and what it
Yes.
can do for the body, and you cut dairy for a week and look at the benefits that you had.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable taking that dairy out. I had no idea it was
Yep.
causing me to retain so much fluid
Yeah.
and inflammation until I didn't have it. And I'm like, what? Because I am a big Greek yogurt eater, cottage cheese. Those are the two main things that I eat that are
Mm-hmm.
dairy. But every day I have some yogurt and some cottage cheese.
Yeah.
So not having it for a week made a huge difference. The end of the week, I felt so much like just not fluffy. I felt like thin and
Isn't
taut.
it wild?
So
Isn't it
good.
wild? And some
Yes.
of it is just about metabolic flexibility, like
Right.
changing what we eat, right?
Yes.
Because we have to flex in and out of different things and allow ourselves carbs sometimes and restrict carbs sometimes. And that is the best way to really get those feelings of change and to get the body back into fat burning mode.
Mhm.
I have had, I've had a great week really focusing on pushing water because I fall off that wagon so often. I don't know about you, as I'll be doing really, really good. And then all of a sudden I'll realize, oh my gosh, I drank my tea this morning and I'm ready to break open my second tea. I haven't drank any water. Like sometimes we just have to pay attention to
So I kind of
the simple things.
with my tea, I mix it up and I put it in a huge Stanley and I fill it with water. So
And
I'm
then you
kind of
just
doing
keep,
both at the same time all day long. That's how I
That's what I
handle it.
did for the longest time, and lately I've just been a little coffee cup girl.
Yes, you and
So
your coffee cup.
yesterday, so this is me at work
Yeah.
with my coffee cup.
Yes.
And so this is me walking to the water cooler and filling out my little coffee cup with water. But I feel like I need to go back to the Stanley because I feel like I drank more water.
Yes. Just sip, sip, sip.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I
Mhm.
was better. Like, cause this, like your little 10 ounces you run out of, and then you're like, oh yeah, in a few minutes I'll go get more water. You know what I mean? It's not the
Yeah.
same. It's
Or
not
do
the same.
both. Have your Stanley sitting there so that when your coffee cup
Yeah.
runs out, you can sip on your Stanley until you can get your coffee cup refilled, you know?
Well, me and Tanya have kind of been, we're chatting about this book because we absolutely love it.
Yes.
This chapter was small but mighty. Um, and so we've been a little bit back and forth, but I wanted to make sure we brought this up, Tanya. Um, tomorrow, tomorrow night, Tanya is going to do the podcast. The new podcast is called Beyond the Prescription, and we are going to be talking about beating the menopause heat.
Mhm.
So, menopause is a big thing near and dear to both me and Tanya, and to many women that we know and love. And we understand that the hormones, the understanding things like HRT, understanding the GLP, leptin, and ghrelin hormones, understanding the transition as we age of the gaining weight, the hot flashes, the lack of sleep, the mood changes. It's a big thing. It's prominent. It's a problem for a lot of people. And I really think that this podcast tomorrow, if people just show up and just listen, that they can learn some little tips and tricks that can really help them. Um, I mean,
It's
this
gonna
is
be tough talking
yeah,
about. Mhm.
it's revolutionized life for me and you.
It's
So I absolutely think we can reach a lot of people with this. So if you guys want to join us, you can actually, um, it's right on the Facebook page. And Tanya will share it too. And you guys can join us, register to come on in so that you get an alert when we go live. But it'll be 7 p.m. Central tomorrow night. So you get to see us
it's
Wednesday morning and Thursday night. How lucky for the
awesome.
world, right?
Exactly.
Things we
So
never thought that we would be doing. The
exactly.
podcast, reading books like this for the world, and focusing on health and wellness like nothing else. Like I thought I would be a Starbucks everyday girly for the rest of my life, to be honest with you. I never thought I would make these
Not even
changes.
go and get my free Starbucks last week. I haven't done that for 3 years. No
Look
more
at
for me. And I even
look at
have
you.
$33 on my app. So I've got
Look
a
at
I'm gonna
you.
at the airport or something, and I'm gonna say, let me buy that for you. And I'm gonna do that. Since somebody's already in line to get a
Oh,
coffee.
I love
Just let
that.
me
I
buy that for
love
you.
that.
I'm gonna do that.
I love that. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. So thank you everybody who tuned in and listened today. And we would love to see you tomorrow night
Yes.
to get you on the podcast, get some interaction there, and we'll chit chat about menopause and all the symptoms and how to beat the heat. I'm excited.